Instagram, MySpace, Black Planet. There you go. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I'm here to do that again. So if this is your first time joining the show, hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. We're going to get right into it as soon as y'all let me know that y'all can hear me. Up here just blowing smoke. Someone said, Don, what's happening, Don? Don said, anybody thirsty? And she also said, please leave a like for Kev as you come into the, didn't catch the last word, it disappeared, but you know, pretty sure. There it is, the chat. Yeah, I should have caught that in context, but you know how it is sometimes. You know, I have a Joe Biden moment. Now, with that being said, I'm assuming most of y'all, if not all of y'all, can hear me. So if that is the case, then there's no reason to tarry because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. So let's get into it. As I rock the planet, beat my chest like a you-know-what. Matter of fact, why don't y'all come with me? Let's go ahead and rock the planet, beat my chest like a real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some teams in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. That's right, y'all. So now, if this is your first time joining my live stream, howdy, okay? Now, along with that howdy, I want you to know that I got a Kevin's Corner store, and the link to that store is below. You can get all kind of merch. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, like my CASHAPP or my PayPal, I also have a link for that as well. I know you're just itching. I know you're just itching to drop all kind of nickels and pennies and dimes in that CASHAPP and PayPal. So now, y'all saw the title. I'm proud, y'all. You know, sometimes I come down hard on black folks. Because, see, you know, I'm black, if y'all haven't noticed. I'm black. And being black, I hold black folks to a higher standard than white liberals do. See, which should be a normal standard. See, white liberals, they don't hold black people to a higher standard because then they couldn't feel good about themselves saving black people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how are white liberals going to go around saying that we feel bad about our white privilege if they found out they really don't have white privilege? It makes them feel good to be able to say, look at that. Poor black people. I'm blessed. Did you know that? I'm privileged because I'm white. I'm Caucasian. I feel bad about it. I feel bad about it. And that makes me virtuous because I feel bad about it. See, so as a black man, I despise that type of stuff because what that is the racism of low expectations. And unfortunately, a lot of minorities buy into that mess. And when I see examples of them coming out, like on the Wiz, peeling off that costume, can you feel a brand new day? It makes me proud. It gets me all busted up on the inside. It ain't often that Kev get all mushy on the inside. But by the end of this show, y'all might have to, I might have to just cover my face and stuff because they touching me. But before we get into that, we got to go ahead and start off with another wonderful, unexpected surprise, y'all. One of my favorite women in politics. Oh, don't forget that number right there, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number just in case they try to unexist me on the internet, so I'll be able to text everybody and say, I'm still here. Just meet me at the mall. It's going down. So now, let's get into this. This was a surprise to me. Yeah, wonderful, unexpected surprise. See, I don't know about y'all, but I like those kind. I like those. See, some surprises you going, oh man, that's a horrible surprise. I was not expecting that one. But then there's those surprises where you go, I was not expecting this, but boy, I'm glad it happened. And this is one of those that I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad it happened.
And it is because of my love for our country, and specifically because of the leadership that President Trump has brought to transform the Republican Party and bring it back to the party of the people and the party of peace. That I'm proud to stand here with you today, President Trump, and announce that I'm joining the Republican Party. Party.
No way.
I'm joining the Republican Party.
I love it. About time. I mean, it's a whole bunch of other ones that need to come on over, okay? Like a church altar call. Come on in the ark, it's gonna rain. Come on in the ark, cause it's gonna rain. Drip, drip, drop, drop. Yeah, they need to come on. So she finally went ahead and said, I'm joining the Republican Party. Now, I've been watching TYT or whatever, and I forget the girl's name on there, but Anna Asparian or whatever her name is, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's another one. She done finally got out of the left, but she needs to keep moving. See, right now she just, she got to keep moving. I hope maybe a year or so from now, not even that long, she finally get her breakthrough. See, it's like, like I said, you just been coming into the church, listening to sermons and sitting in the back, minding your business. Then next you know, you're in the middle. You kind of moved up a couple, pews. Next you know, you kind of sitting in the front. Next you know, you start getting busted up on the inside. And then who knows, you might get your deliverance. So I'm hoping she come through. And there's some others out there, which it's always wonderful to see folks that were on the left or liberals or Democrats become Republicans. And I'm firmly sure that once you become a conservative or a Republican, more so conservative, you don't go back unless you're corrupt. See, when you see all these never Trumpers and all of that stuff, you don't see real Republicans or conservatives truly buying into liberalism and progressivism like that. You don't find them really doing it. They might pretend to do it like your Adam Singleton and Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney, but these are for selfish reasons, see. But real conservatives, you see it all kind of going one way. You see Democrats become conservatives, but you don't see a whole bunch of conservatives become Democrats. You just don't see it. Like right now, me, I could never go back to voting for the Democrat Party. It's over. Those years are over. And I'm sure that every conservative, whether they be black, white, or otherwise, when they switch from being a Democrat to a conservative or Republican, it does something to your mind. It starts rewiring the way you think and see things. See, that's how you really break away from the radical left, is because once you start seeing how crazy they are, and it's just enough to prompt you to say, man, I done locked on to one or two crazy, insane policies that they have, and then their reaction to you is another catapult to take you to another level. See, they get mad at you as soon as you say, well, I mean, maybe we should question that. What? Are you becoming a fascist, white nationalist, xenophobe, homophobe too? That's enough to push you even further. And once you start seeing how crazy they are, your brain starts thinking differently. You start saying, wait a minute, I can start seeing the propaganda in this. I can start seeing the manipulation in this. I can start seeing they're not really the tolerant folks that they claim they are. They're not the inclusive ones that they always pretend to be. And the folks, the engine behind all the radicals and the liberal voters in our society is the Democrat Party that don't have any moral compass. They don't stand for nothing. They flip-flop, which we're going to be seeing tonight as we, move towards the end of the show, because I want to, of course, preference it with Chameleon Harris. We want to see why she's doing so poorly. And it's probably because she's one of them people who she don't have a moral compass. Everybody's going, all right, well, we're supposed to be going south, but the thing keeps spinning around. It's broken. She don't have one. And that's why she's doing so poorly, as we're about to see. So, yeah, I'm always touched when I see somebody decide to come on over, because they don't go back unless they become tainted by corruption. Now, with that being said, y'all, we had a little conversation take place between Barack Obama and Creepy Sleepy. Now, somebody that was deaf decoded what they were saying. And apparently, according to him, Barack and Creepy was talking, and Creepy said, she's not as strong as me. And Obama said, yeah, I know, but don't worry. We still got time. However, I just got hold of some exclusive footage with some sound to it. And this is what they really said. You're hearing
So
first.
is Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. Now we're basically Trump is killing us at the polls. So yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, no, Joe,
Come on, man.
you're not
Just
going
give it
back
another
yet.
shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay. Women looking fine up in here.
Oh boy, that was wonderful. I don't know who put together that and did the voiceovers and stuff. I just want to, tell everybody that is a deep fake. It's not true. Somebody just did the voiceovers. Okay, I don't want them talking about that. He's doing cheap fakes and all of that stuff, and now all of a sudden, they busting down my door like that's election interference because you deceived people about what Obama and Creepy Sleepy was saying. So of course it's a meme, but it is funny, and it's probably not that far off from what was really going on. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. Yeah, love it.
So is Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. And now we're basically Trump is killing us at the polls. So yes, we're going to lose Joe.
It's true.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, no, Joe,
Come on, man.
you're not
Just
going
give it
back
another
yet.
shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay. Women
Listen to this.
looking fine up in here.
You hear Bill Clinton? Women looking fine up in here. Yeah, man. So whoever put that together, shout out to them. It's probably honestly not that far off. And that's what makes folks that are conservative so great at humor and comedy. Because you can actually imagine that really happening. See, it's when we come up with memes, even though they're funny, but there's some realism to them, some truth to it. It's kind of like when Mr. Reagan did that whole video of Kamala Harris and everybody got mad when Elon reposted it and it went viral. Everybody got mad because it was funny, but true. I mean, what he was saying and, using her voice, everybody's going, that's true. I mean, that's funny, but it's true. And that's why they hate it. So, yeah, that was funny because it probably is true. Now, let's get down to business, guys, because the left is panicking. They're trying to do anything they can right now. Last ditch effort. Today, I heard new rumors that came out about Trump talking about, it shouldn't cost that much to bury a Mexican and all of that stuff. And of course, the family of the Mexican lady who was tragically killed came out and said, that's not true. Stop using my daughter for political purposes and stuff like that. They're doing anything. Right now, they're in panic mode. They're like, man, we're going to throw everything on the wall and see what sticks. Once again, Trump's a dictator. He was in the White House celebrating Hitler. He was in the White House. They say some of the dumbest stuff to where like I said, when you're a conservative, you think differently. As soon as you hear it come out of their mouth, you go, that doesn't make any sense. That is one of the dumbest. Who's buying this? You're telling me Trump is in the White House just celebrating Hitler, talking positively about Hitler. That's what y'all want us to believe? Only a liberal would believe that type of nonsense. See, only a liberal. Somebody said something last night in the chat that I didn't catch, and I was watching it today, rewatching it, and I burst out laughing. Yeah, I was telling last night, I told the story about my dog Shakespeare. And those that are new to the chat, okay, it goes back to a Cocker Spaniel that I had years ago. And he was a dog that could not stop chasing that little laser beam. From the day that I discovered it, he went after that thing with fury. I mean, I could put it on the wall, he'd bite in the wall. I don't care what I aimed it on. He was all over it. But then I got a Shih Tzu named Sophie. First, I had a dog named Raven that mysteriously disappeared. But Raven and Sophie, and then I ended up getting a bulldog named Sammy. All of them dogs were able to realize who was behind the mysterious being. The first time they saw it, they looked at it like, okay, what is this? They might even put the paw on it and realize, wait a minute, I didn't capture it, it moved. And then all of a sudden they all just stopped and looked up and they saw me going, but not Shakespeare. Not Shakespeare. He was chasing that light all over the place. And unfortunately, he never found out who was behind the light. That's like Democrat voters. And somebody in the chat after I told that story last night said, Shakespeare was a liberal. And I busted out laughing. I was like, yeah, I might have raised one Democrat dog. The rest of them are conservative. They're smart enough to see who's behind the beam. They're smart enough to realize, man, these folks are manipulating us. That don't make no sense. That light's going all over the place like that. So when they come out with these crazy behind stories, immediately we go, they're behind it. Yeah, you think that Trump is literally sitting in the White House talking about that Hitler was a great man, he done wonderful things. They manipulate stuff all the time. I heard him today trying to say that Trump was complimenting dictators again. She was smart. Putin is strong and he's smart and this and that. And then they just stopped the clip. Now, here's the conservative thinker. They're behind this. That don't make no sense. That Trump would be up here just praising these dictators for no reason, but just admiration. There has to be a deeper meaning behind it. And of course, you'll find that he was praising them because he was insulting Kamala Harris by saying there's no way she would be able to deal with these very smart, powerful dictators. She's weak. But they left that whole part out. But a liberal would believe it. They would chase that light all over the place. Did you hear what Trump said? Did you hear what he said? He was out there talking about that he loves Mao. He loves dictators and stuff. And I'm going, you're chasing the beam. You still haven't figured it out. You ain't look up and find out that the Democrats are pointing at. The fake news got me running all around. So that's what we're going to find out tonight, because there's a lot of minorities that done looked up and found out who is shining that beam. So now let's get to Kamala Harris and see what her latest antics are.
Oh, if that doesn't work, Biden has a better idea.
What?
Thinks he has a right under the Supreme Court on immunity to be able, if need be, if it was the case, to actually physically eliminate, shoot, kill someone who he believes to be a threat to him.
Now see, just when I start lighting up on creepy, he gets out there and he uses his last few brain cells for evil. Then I got to come down on him, like a sack of potatoes. I mean, I was up there having a good time last week when he was sabotaging Kamala Harris. Then he comes right back out and tells some more lies, talking about Trump is going to just start, having, folks shot for no reason. Now, the irony is that Trump is the one being shot at, or folks trying to shoot at him. One person did shoot him. That's the irony. But by you coming out saying that Trump is going to do this, that only encourages folks, we better stop this dictator. If this guy's about to get in the office, those that's chasing the light and not realizing who's behind it, they will chase that light right up to the top of a slightly sloped building and do something stupid. They'll chase that light right into some bushes where Trump is golfing. See, so listening to stupid stuff like this, that Trump's just going to go ahead and, pick somebody off because he don't like his political enemies, is ridiculous. However, somebody said, yes, I'm catching alive. Good, wonderful. I'm here every day at 7 o'clock though, just in case. So now, he said that Trump might just go off and do something like that because of what the Supreme Court said and all that stuff. But then look what he does right after that.
I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We gotta lock him up.
We gotta lock him up. And then he tried to slide it in real low. Politically. Well, of course, y'all trying to lock him up. Not just politically, meaning I'm assuming politically, meaning you want to go ahead and put him in a box and y'all win and you'll shut him down politically. But y'all trying to do that physically. Y'all are literally trying to lock this man up. And here he is talking about democracy and Trump might have folks shot and he's locking up his political opponents. Well, we got to lock him up. Well, the whole point is y'all been trying to lock him up for years. Impeachments, indictments, all of that stupid nonsense, and we see through it. So that bothers them. Yeah, it's not fun to have the little light beam and you're pointing it, hoping that folks will chase it, and folks are going, yeah, it did me no good once the other dogs figured out who's behind the light. Yeah, they was like, the joke's on you now, Kev. I'm sitting there like, okay. Yeah, well, it's not fun anymore. Let me go find a dumb one. Shakespeare. And that's what they do to Democrat voters. Yeah, let's go find the low-hanging fruit, the ones with the low political IQ, and have them chasing all of these crazy behind narratives. And then they regurgitate that mess on the internet or when you're having a conversation with them. So now let's see why they're so worried about Kamala Harris and her chances of winning on the 5th.
Kamala today didn't talk to a single voter. She stayed home in D.C.
She's sleeping right now. She couldn't go on the trail. You know, you think when you have 14 days left, you wouldn't be sleeping. Think of it. I said, where is she campaigning today, sir? She's got a day off. You have 14 days left for the presidency, and she's taking a day off. This is not what you want. This is not what you want. You can't get over it.
Trump's hilarious, man. He's like, I can't get over it. I just can't get past this. So, yep, Kamala Harris is giving us a preview of what she would be like if she got in office. A lot of teleprompter going on, a lot of dodging questions, a lot of letting everybody else take care of stuff, a lot of just sitting around and, hanging out because she don't really want to do stuff, hiding somewhere going, don't make me do stuff. Don't make me do stuff. Yeah, that's probably pretty much what we would see if she became somehow the president.
Who the hell takes off? You have 14 days left, and she'll take a couple of more days off, too. You know why? She's lazy as hell, and she's got that reputation.
And the media is getting nervous.
You know, everybody I talk to says, I have to turn off the news. I can't read anything. I'm meditating. I'm doing yoga. I'm so anxious. I just don't even know. I'm eating gummies, all kinds of things, What are you doing? What are you doing?
Not eating gummies.
She said, not eating gummies. Yeah, you eating dummies. That's what it is. It's the kind of candy you eating dummies, because this chick got boxes of rocks up in the top of that dome. So here she is, not eating gummies. Don't know when to reel the laughing. Look,
Okay.
everybody else is starting to pump the brakes. They're starting to pump the brakes. It's like Dr. Evil when he was like, and everybody just joined in. And they didn't realize, okay, it was funny at first, but we should pump the brakes. But he's still laughing, so that's how she is. She's the last one laughing. I don't understand. So here she is, busting the gut.
If I can just speak to what people are feeling. We cannot despair.
Somebody go get an apron. She's about to make us a nice, tasty word salad.
We cannot despair. And I say do not despair because in a democracy, as long as we can keep it in our democracy, the people, every individual has the power.
Y'all hear that mess? The drunk aunt is on display. You know what? I say this, baby, because you got something special on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, see, don't start none, won't be none. You understand? Hey, pay attention, sweetie. Where you going? Listen, let me say something. Just got here, can't tell been here, nothing. Okay? See what I'm saying? The cow jumped over the moon, baby. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ricky Tikki Tambo, no side Rambo, Harry Berry, Bush got buried, bimbo. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, baby. The drunk aunt is back, giving us nothing but word salads.
To make a decision about what this will be, and so let's not feel powerless. Let's not let and I get it, overwhelming nature of this all make us feel powerless, because then we have been defeated.
Earlier in the day, actor Bradley Whitford from The West Wing.
Oh, no. Now, see, this is an example of somebody who's chasing a lie. Yeah, I can't stand when these celebrities come out and embarrass themselves. Yeah. So now this is the price of being famous, I guess. When they call on you, you got to come out and make a fool of yourself. You got to come out and make a fool of yourself. So let's hear this man make a fool of himself so we can laugh at it.
Put on quite the performance.
What's up, Man City? 65,000 rape victims. He was laughing. He was laughing. Misogyny is at the reptilian brainstem of...
Oh my gosh, who writes this stuff? Who writes it? See, whenever I see you looking down like that and you're an actor, I'm going, you're just reading your lines. There it is. I would think an actor can at least do some improv. I mean, if it's down in the bone and you're really supporting Chameleon, just come out and say, look, man, I support Chameleon. I remember Lawrence Taylor when he came out and he said something about Trump. He wasn't reading no script. He just came out, start speaking from the heart. But this guy now, he's trying to get Shakespearean on us. I'm talking about the reptilians and all of that stuff. Probably his eyes right now is shifting as he's speaking, talking about the reptilian.
White Christian nationalism.
Oh, God. Now, see, that's how I know. I already know somebody sent him some talking points right now. And then they wonder why folks don't like the Democrat Party. They're anti-God. They're anti-family. They're anti-American. They're not patriotic. They're divisive. It's ridiculous. So now all of a sudden, let's go ahead and attack all of the, straight white Christians? But they just can't be straight white Christians. See, they got to be what?
Brainstem of white Christian nationalism.
White Christian nationalism. There you go. See, another made up term so they can manipulate the population. See, they know a large amount of Christians aren't filling the Democrat Party because they're an immoral party. And I ain't talking about basically immoral or just innocuously immoral. Yeah, I'm in the middle. Whatever people do, they do. No, they jump on board and support all type of immorality and perversity. They're not just going, hey, man, people will be people. Keep politics out of people's personal life. Nope. They're like, no, we're going to jump all in that mess. Forget 4 months, 3 months for an abortion. We want 9 months plus. Okay. Forget letting folks just go ahead and have a civil union. We want these folks to have the title of husband and wife and wife. Forget letting folks turn 18 and make their own choices, whether they want to live their life as a man or a woman or whatever. Nah, forget just that. Nah, we ain't satisfied with that. We want to go ahead and jump into the schools and start talking to the kids about what they're feeling on the inside. That's what we want to do. See, and when you see that, if you are a Christian with a little common sense, you ain't even got to be a super saint. Something then you should say, man, these folks is crazy. If you ain't even a Christian and you hear them talking about, I don't know what a woman could be whatever she says. Something then you should say, these people are crazy. I don't want to be associated with this party. So how do they handle it? By saying, all right, all of you Christian nationalists, what is that? What's that? That's what I want. What's that? What's a Christian nationalist? So I guess that's just a new made up term to kind of infer that they're white nationalists. They're not like the regular Christians, which we're about to see a bootleg one in a few minutes. Yes, these are those Christians that are white nationalists. In other words, they're Christians that don't vote for Democrats. And this fool is out here reading his lines.
And that is what we are up against. What's next? Is he going to yank his pinky off and light it like a cigarette?
Hardy, har. You see why they're losing? Yeah, nothing about him is genuine. We all know he's acting. All of them get up there over the top, reading their lines, following their script. Yeah, and it sucks.
And how lucky are we? How lucky are we to have Kamala Harris? Tim Ross.
I'm starting to worry about.
How can you actually get excited about that? How lucky are we? How lucky are we? You know, he's going to go backstage and take a shower. Probably feels dirty. And then you have the real. See that guy right there, he's an actor. He's an actor. But now we get into the real dummies. See, these are the two that's really worried. They really worried. They sitting there concerned like, man, if Trump get in, you know he coming after me. I'm Joy Behar. I'm that important. You know what I'm saying? Whoopi, we got to do something. We got to be like Thelma and Louise. We got to bounce. These are the real dummies right here. Listen to this.
At the polls, because I see a lot of the media saying that he's leading and everybody's getting nervous. Why is basically
It's true. It's true. They're all getting nervous. That's why they're saying stuff like this. That's why they're doing stuff like this, making up stuff. They're all getting concerned. I can't imagine what's going to happen to Joy Behar. if when Trump wins, she going to be a nervous wreck. Nervous wreck. But the arrogance that I saw her have when she actually referenced the possibility, of her being on some list if Trump wins. Out of all the people, Joy Behar, she makes the naughty list. Unreal. I mean, the arrogance, the narcissism to think you're that important that Trump would say, all right, I got 100 people I'm going after. And in that 100, make sure you include Joy Behar. It's crazy. But Crazy is as crazy does. Check this out.
Public pollsters saying the election is way too close to call. What is it? What is it that's going on here that has allowed this election to be so close?
Oh, well, because you got a fake candidate who didn't go through your Democrat process, who was installed because of the coup, and she's never done anything to earn that. She's unlikable. She can barely talk without a teleprompter, and everybody can look straight through her and tell she's not genuine. Should I go on? Is that enough for you? Yeah. And not to mention, I think they really know the polls is even worse than what they're even saying. Why is it even close? I don't think it's close. I honestly don't think it's close. But it's bad when they send out big face, apple head, joyless Reed.
This race will be far too close because unfortunately we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear.
And they wonder why they're leaking white men, black men, Latino, just men, period. But if I'm a white man, there's no way in the world would I ever vote for a Democrat. They're trying to make you guys irrelevant, if not extinct, except the ones in the Democrat Party, the ones that run the rest. I mean, if you're a lesser man, if you're lacking maybe the normal amount of testosterone and somehow you have no bass in your voice and you are supporting this hyena clan, because that's what the Democrat Party kind of have evolved into, the hyena clan, where, the matriarchs is running the whole clan and the males only use for reproduction sometimes, maybe, perhaps. But other than that, we all going on the hunt. Y'all stay back here and watch the kids, okay? So if you cool with being a part of the hyena clan as a man, then by all means, you might be spared. But real men in that party, after listening to how they address men, especially white men, should be saying, I don't want to be a part of that mess. We're going to make you guys pay for this type of agenda. We want you guys to see that men have left the party in such numbers that y'all have to come out and say, are we now like men? We love testosterone. We're in favor of toxic masculinity now. I tell you, I don't know what happened to us. Either that will wake them up and make them realize that men have a purpose in society and it ain't to be subservient to liberal women, or the grid go down and all of these dang on fascist, Marxist, feminist women will immediately be going, all right, I ain't got time to be no, feminist right about now. I need somebody that can build something and protect me from the wolves. Yeah. See, that's when all that feminism will go right out the window. You won't hear anybody running around talking about mostly white men. They'll be looking for any type of man that got a normal amount of testosterone, if that crap happens. But I don't know about Joyless Reed. I don't think a man on the planet would touch her.
But in small pockets among black and brown men, too.
Yep, there you go. So we got thrown into that, too. So did you know we were fascists? We were fascists? So wait. Did she say, let's see, racism? And I think she slid in. Did black men?
This race will be far too close because unfortunately we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear, but in small pockets among black and brown men too.
Now, just casually throw the title fascist out there. I wonder, does she even know what that means? Do they ever stop and say, you know what? We've been saying this so casually right about now. Maybe we should think about all of the elements of what a fascist is and how they would conduct themselves and stuff like that. Maybe we should stop just throwing that definition out there on folks so casually. You know what they're starting to sound like? They're starting to sound like, athletes after a game where they just, be on autopilot, monotone, just throwing, after we lost the game, it was a tough game. We came out, we just got to get better. And that's how they are. A whole bunch of white nationalists, fascists, xenophobes, homophobes out there. And you know how it is. They run around and sexism is a big thing out there. Thank you very much. All right, I'll talk to you later. That's how they are. They just throw that stuff out there. I'm saying you didn't even stop to think about what you just called brothers. That matters. I'm a brown and black men too. So Applehead has been activated.
Kamala sees the trends too, and is now begging her people to act more like the oldest living president.
Is that a funeral? Why is a dead man being rolled around in a wheelchair? I thought they were supposed to be in caskets. You got to be kidding me. So now Jimmy Carter, who's barely hanging on, okay, last I heard, he was saying, I want to make it to my 100th birthday so I can vote for Chameleon Harris. Don't look like he's in any condition to cast his own vote. So let's see what they got to say about Jimmy Carter.
No, not Joe Biden. Jimmy Carter.
Georgia's own President Jimmy Carter voted early.
Now, does it look like Jimmy's in any condition to be voting? So is this one of them situations where it's like, let's just grab his hand, put the pen in there, and we'll mark an X for him and say, there you go. Yeah, there you go. He voted. I'm sure he was conscious of his vote. But, you know, that's not a surprise to me if the Democrats did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if Jimmy Carter would have passed away about 8 months ago, he would have still somehow voted, along with probably many, many other folks that rising up out of the graves to go down there and vote for Democrats. Woo, I'm here for Chameleon.
Bless him. Just days after his 100th birthday. So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can too.
Look at him. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people voting early, and it ain't Democrats. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. They some of them voting early, but they've been getting outpaced by Republicans, y'all. Oh, yeah. We said what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And we got to keep the pedal to the metal. No time to pull up because you might get beat at the last second in the race. Talking about throwing your hands up like we got it and somebody lean through. Those are the funniest videos in the world. People start celebrating a little too early. So we got to run through the line and lean. Got to lean through, man. Full speed. We want to break a record. See, I want these folks to get beat so bad to where they're going, there's no way we can even, you know, cheat. We can't even write this off as white nationalism, racism, homophobia, sexism. I want it to be a beating beyond them being able to make any excuse. See, right now, I'm that coach that everybody would be saying he's an a-hole because the Little League team is losing by 100 and we still got 10 minutes left in the game and I'm running up the score. I'm like, all right, go with Rip C, waggle boot right, look for Antoine in the corner. But coach, we already winning 100-0. Hey, we're not here to go ahead and create soft core folks over there. We're manning them up right about now. Now I want 200 points, nothing less. Let's go on one. Yeah, I'm running up the score. I'm gonna have people in there booing me. That's how bad I want us to beat this woman's butt. Run up the score. Let's continue. Oh, the cackler fumbles again. Speaking of football analogies, let's see if she fumbles during this new interview she did.
You and Donald Trump. Those are the candidates on the ballot. There's only two choices. Yes. And I know that Joe Biden is not on the ballot. I understand that. But the reason that you are at the top of the ticket is because he dropped out of this race. And so I want to ask you, and it was largely because of that debate performance back in June. You defended him in the days before and in the days after as you were campaigning for another 4 years for President Biden. Can you say that you were honest with the American people about what you saw in those moments?
Oh, snap. This is the question she's been trying to get away from. Brett Baer asked her the question. Brett, listen, Brett, don't make me. So now this woman tries it again. I can't even believe they even greenlit her to go ahead and ask that question. But she tried it again, and then she's going to even take a different angle to see if she can flush out the answer. Now, the cackler is not able, the chameleon ain't able to change colors and adapt to this one quick enough.
With President Biden, as you were with him again and again, repeatedly in that time. Of course, Joe Biden.
Look at that. Trying to be all calm about it. Of course. And then the look off to the right. There it is. Right now, that brain, all 3 brain cells is working overtime. They're like, all right, come on, chameleon. We're in a rock and a hard spot. If we say that we didn't recognize nothing, then that means Joe Biden should still be in this race. He should still be running. What would make Creepy throw the towel in besides him just mentally declining? See, that's my question. But if you say you didn't see nothing and everything was great, now we know you're lying. Because if that was the case, Creepy would still be running. But if you throw him under the bus, then we still know you're lying. Because that means you lied to us the whole time when you was out there talking about Joe Biden is fit as a fiddle. He's sharp as a tack. And So now she's double trapped and she's trying to get her butt out of this and watch her wiggle and twist and all of that mess.
Is an extremely
Look at her fish.
accomplished, experienced, and
he's a human
and capable.
He was breathing. I checked it myself at least several times. I put a mirror under his nose, and there was fog. And he sometime would eat. These are things that made me feel confident that he could run the country. So of course, he was just fine,
In every way that anyone would want if they're president. You never saw anything like what happened at the debate night behind closed doors with him? It was a bad debate. People have bad debates.
No. That was a piss poor debate. That was a catastrophic debate. That is a debate for the ages. We will never forget that debate. I don't remember any other debates. Well, maybe Trump when he debated Crooked. Couple sound bites, just sound bites. Not the whole debate though. That's how bad that debate was. It was the debate, defined all debates. Ruined the whole man's career. Made y'all launch a coup against him. That wasn't no ordinary debate. And here she is. Hey, look, he just had a bad night.
But he is absolutely, but that's the reason why you're here, and he's not running for the top of the ticket. Well, you'd have to ask him if that's the only reason why.
Oh, okay. But wait a minute. No. Y'all have been answering that question for him, Chameleon, by going out there. Joe Biden, he did a selfish act. He put country before himself. You've been out there saying that when people ask that question. So you've been answering that question, but now all of a sudden, you got to ask him that question because I'm in a rock and a hard place and everybody knows I'm lying right now. They know it. And Joe Biden's watching this too. Because if I throw Joe under the bus, he already don't like me. Yeah, he might retaliate. So here she is trying to change colors and adapt to this, but ain't no getting out of this one, man.
Do you think? I am running for president of the United States. Joe Biden is not. And my presidency will be about bringing a new generation of leadership to America that is focused on the work that we need to do to invest in the ambitions and aspirations of the American people. It's a judgment.
The ambitions, the aspirations, the folks that have dreams and hopes and, desires. People who like life and want to live life to the fullest and pursue the same word salad. Somehow she shifted from her having to explain why she didn't recognize that Joe Biden was breaking down mentity, or you did recognize it and you just chose to come out and lie to us. So only thing her brain cells, those 3 brain cells, could come up with is this shift. And go to the people who want a better life and inspired and the people with ambitions and to start serving up the word salad, Chameleon, and they wonder why she's losing.
No question. That's why I ask. Can the American people trust you in these moments, even when it's maybe uncomfortable for Americans to have,
not at all.
To level with Americans in that way? So that's why I ask. And it sounds like what you're saying is you feel like you never saw anything like that from President Biden. I have.
Now, if you come out and say, well, I didn't. Everybody knows your line, or 2. Number 2, you're a dummy, a complete dummy. Your judgment skills, your observation skills are the worst. I'm like, you can't assess a situation at all. If you were in the room all the time with Creepy, hanging out with him, having meetings with him, and never peeped that out once, not just once. So either you're a liar or you're the worst judge of character and assessing a situation ever. So let's see how she wiggles her way off of this hook.
Worked with Joe Biden, hours and hours and hours over these 4 years, whether it be in the Situation Room or the Oval Office. Joe Biden is the one who was able to bring NATO together during a crisis where for the first time in 70 years, Europe saw and has seen war.
That ain't answering the question. Yeah, we don't know who was behind any of that. We just saw him get shuffled out to the mic and say what was on that teleprompter. And when he went off, we couldn't even understand his language. Join international depression, isolate, punish China. We don't know what that was. And neither does she. You know what I'm saying? America can be summed up in a single word. And I guess she just says, look at Joe. Ooh, he's so silly, man. Oh, Joe and his silly language. So you telling me you didn't recognize all of that shenanigans that was going on with Joe? So now all of a sudden she gonna pivot. Look, Joe was responsible for whatever. Is he also responsible for tanking the economy? Is he responsible for the Afghanistan debacle? What about all the negative stuff?
Joe Biden has done the work that has been about being a leader on what we have done to
And that's why
fix
he's so popular.
much of what has been broken in terms of the economy because of Donald Trump's
And that's why everybody is so excited about Bidenomics. There you go. That's why all of these folks are out there going, the Biden administration and their economy is way better than Trump. Way better than Trump's. Yeah, that's why we're all going to vote for Trump, because Biden's administration's economy was great. So now you're saying things that really are an oxymoron, because you think we're morons. We're sitting here saying you're touting all of these accomplishments, but he is suffering from the worst approval. Everybody thinks the country is on a bad path. They don't like the policies. All of these issues that folks have with the current economy and the current policies that you guys have been a part of, you've been a part of. But now all of a sudden, you know, she's trying to tell us all these wonderful things, but she's trying to separate herself from it as well. Why would you do that? You should be embracing Bidenomics and all of that silliness.
mismanagement. I speak with not only sincerity, but with a real firsthand account of watching him do this work. I have no reluctance in saying that.
Yeah, you see that? It was sincere because she did this. There you go, guys. Yeah, see, it's sincerity. Yeah, when you talk with your hands and stuff, and sincerity. Yeah, just look at the visual. Don't listen to the words and realize how stupid they sound, how shallow they are. Just look at the visual.
No, of course I don't. So let me ask you as you sit here today, do you think the country is ready now for a woman and a woman of color to be president? Absolutely. Absolutely. You've been reluctant to lean.
Just not you though, right? Just not you. So now watch this, guys. Because now she got to try to pretend that she's not about identity politics and she's not a DEI hire. Because, you know, that's the rumor. The rumor is that, you know what? The Democrats are trying to shove her down our throats because she's a woman. She's a woman of color and all of this stuff. And we don't like that. So now she got to go out and pretend that I'm a strong, independent woman that can stand on my own without using the narrative that you got to vote for me because I'm a woman of color and I'm a woman, period. So let's see how she goes ahead and distance herself from that rumor, I guess.
Into it to talk about the historic nature of your candidacy on the campaign trail. Why is that? Well, I'm clearly a woman. I don't need to point that out to anyone.
I'm an ugly woman.
The point that most people really care about is, can you do the job? And do you have a plan to actually focus on them? I hear you. And that is why I spend the majority of my time listening and then addressing the concerns, the challenges, the dreams, the ambitions, and the aspirations of the American people. They deserve. I ask because to implement the agenda that you want to implement, you have to win first. You have to win the White House. And right now there is a big gender gap in this race.
And you can't win. So here she is now, about to appeal to all of us men. Y'all ready? Yeah. See, because if she would have started off by saying, absolutely, nobody wants to vote for me because I'm a woman, and they're all sexist. They're all sexist. That wouldn't have went over well with them trying to win back men. So now she got to go ahead and use this springboard that this lady asked her to pretend that, look, man, I don't see what you're talking about. Man. I ain't got a man problem. Okay. Men love Kamala. They love Chameleon. And I ain't talking about just Willie Brown and Montel. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, you know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Fewer men support you right now than they did President Biden. Some of your allies have suggested there's sexism at play. I wonder, do you think there is sexism at play here? Let me just tell you something. You've come to my events, and you will see there are men and women at those events.
Yep, and all of those men are out there like, there you go. A lot of those men out there dancing to I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want now. Whole bunch of that going on. A lack of testosterone in those joints. But here she is talking about that. There's a lot of men there and stuff like that. Yeah, they're all on the board. The white men of Chameleon and all that stuff.
Whether it be small events or events with 10,000 people. So the experience that I am having is one in which it is clear that regardless of someone's gender, They want to know that their president has a plan to lower cost, that their president has a plan to secure America in the context of.
Now, once again, the beam. We're all seeing what they're doing with the light. They're trying to make us chase the light, see. They're switching up the strategy. That's all she's doing. She knows that nobody wants to hear her come out and whine about being a woman. Now, we all know that this is one of the things that the Democrat Party uses constantly, identity politics. If you're a woman, you're going to use that. That's going to be your bubble wrapping. I'm a woman. And you're not voting for me just because I'm a woman. If you're black or a person of color, that's why nobody likes me, because I'm a person of color. Same thing. If you're gay, whatever, category you fall into, the left always uses these things to attack anybody who don't support them. However, she realizes that's not a good strategy. That's not a good look. You look real weak when you default back to I'm a woman. And of course, sexism is a big issue, and that's why these men are walking away. That right there is not going to fare well. So now she done switched it up and think we ain't catching it. I mean, do you really think they've abandoned their attacks on men, on like Christians and anybody else who don't vote for no? She just is using the fake news and her surrogates to do that. Yeah, but they're like, but Chameleon, you need to go out there and make the folks think that that's not even an issue. I don't even think about those things. I want y'all to focus on me and my policies, my strengths, and what I'm going to do for y'all. However, when I send a surrogate out there, they'll do the race baiting, the identity politics, the sexism, the misogyny, and all of that stuff. They'll do that. But now I got to pretend that those aren't even issues. I don't even think about that stuff.
Our position around the world. They want a president of the United States who honors our military, who understands the importance of America's leadership around international rules and norms.
Somebody should ask her, what are the 4 branches of the military? Huh? The top branch, the one in the middle, the one that wears the green stuff. Then there's one that they fly around and stuff. But those are the 4 ones, the 4 branches. That's the executive. Oh God, I should have studied this. Somebody should ask her some pop questions about the military. Unbelievable. She's out there that supports the military.
And that is regardless of gender. And that's how I will lead.
Do you not see sexism as a factor in this race at all?
I don't think of it that way. My challenge is the challenge of making sure I can talk with and listen to as many voters as possible and earn their vote. And I will never assume that anyone in our country should elect a leader based on their gender or their race.
What? It's funny to hear her say it, man. It's hilarious. Boy, I tell you, I would never assume. Okay, just my whole party. They'll assume that. They'll use that. And you. That's why you're asking me this question, even though you asked me the question so I can go ahead and address it. And to make sure I put everybody at ease that might be thinking the Democrats use nothing but identity politics and they're trying to beat men over the head and force them into submission to vote for her because they're sexist. Now you hear this from everybody else, but all of a sudden now she done abandoned identity politics. If you believe that, once again, you will die chasing the light, unfortunately, like Shakespeare. Let's continue.
Instead, that leader needs to earn the vote based on substance and what they will do to address challenges.
You sound like a Republican, girl. You sound like a conservative. Notice we don't be bringing up all of that mess. We bring up policies. You bring up policies. But now all of a sudden, she's up here talking about substance.
And to inspire people to know that their aspirations and their ambitions can and will be achieved through the opportunity to do that.
On the question of your beliefs, what you believe in, let me ask you this question.
Which is nothing. It's what you want me to believe in. Which way is the wind blowing? I believe whatever I need to believe right now. You want to get rid of straws? Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, you're trying to bring straws back? Let's do it. You know what? We should get rid of guns. Let's do it. What? Oh, I might lose the election. You know what? I'm a gun supporter. I got a Glock on me right now. It's in my purse. Let me see it, huh? It's shy. It's shy. They're gonna pull it out. No, it gets stuck sometime in my purse. So here she is. Don't believe nothing, but boy, she's about to get asked that question again about those transgender operations and stuff.
Very broadly speaking here.
Sure. Do you believe that transgender Americans should have access to gender affirming care in this country?
I believe we should follow the law.
Okay.
I mean, I think you're
Did you hear that doo-doo pie she just laid right there talking about, I believe we should. What does that mean? I mean, this is the default answer. Now she knows this one right here will get her in big trouble. You don't want to tick off the Rainbow Coalition. You don't want to tick off that Rainbow Mafia. Boy, they'll come down on her like a hammer. You think all of the Muslims was coming down on her? Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet. They'll be out there in front of that White House with all of that progressive music. Yeah, man. Screaming and yelling, talking about, you know what? We started off with her, but she's not with him, her, us, we, and all of that mess. They'll have a fit. So now she got to thread the needle on this one too.
probably pointing to the fact that Donald Trump's campaign has spent tens of millions of dollars.
They're trying to define you on this.
Yes,
I'm asking
yeah.
you to define yourself, though. Just broadly speaking, what is your value? Do you believe they should have that access?
I believe that people, as the law states, even on this issue about federal law, that is a decision that doctors will make in terms of what is.
That is the sorriest cop-out answer ever. And by using that answer, you just answered the question. All right. The question she answered is, are you a chameleon? Are you fake? You just said a couple weeks ago that my values have not changed. My values have not changed. And you picked that as a topic, a serious topic that you were adamant about. I was the one that fought for her. I was one of the first people in California who fought for her. She was real excited and proud to get out there with that transgender person talking about how she fought to get transgender reassignment surgery for prisoners. But now all of a sudden, she's just going, hey, I'm gonna follow the law. In other words, I refuse to answer the question because I know how ridiculous it sounds that any politician would say, you know what? Let's go ahead and allow criminals. No, she didn't even mention the stuff she was talking about with the illegal immigrants getting reassignment surgery. She's just talking about right now criminals in American prisons, I guess. But everybody knows that is nuts. And she's trying to win Pennsylvania. She's trying to win some of these Midwest, states and cities. And that don't fly. I'm sorry, but that don't fly. That might fly out there in California. But you come talking about some shenanigans like that in Ohio and in the Midwest, we're going to say, what? No, whoa. You spending money to do what? And these folks in prison? I wouldn't even say let's spend money to get that done to anybody if they were just a regular citizen and wasn't in prison. That's not our responsibility. That's cosmetic. It's cosmetic. It's not an issue that any taxpayers should be taking care of. That's something that you should be saving up your own cheese and saying, hey, I just chose to live my life this way. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out. But I ain't going to go ahead and blame it on God. I ain't going to blame it on society. I'm just going to make the choice to live my life as a man or a woman. Okay? I know what's going on. I just made the choice. Okay? But not them. See? So now, by not being very adamant about her stance, I'm wondering if the Rainbow Coalition is going to get wind of this and get mad, because watch what she does.
Is medically necessary. I'm not going to put myself in the position of a doctor, but let's also understand that Donald Trump is running tens of millions of dollars in ads to talk about two cases to distract from the fact that his policy and plan is also to take away the Affordable Care Act, which provides health care for tens of millions of people in our country.
But Donald Trump, that still does not address your view on that issue. Because if that's the case, you could say, I'm going to follow the law about any topic. How do you feel about illegal immigration? I'm going to follow the law. But yet we know what you said in the past about it. It shouldn't even be, illegal. Shouldn't even be, why are we even calling these people illegal? But now all of a sudden, when it is politically, advantageous for you, all of a sudden, now I'm going to follow the law. And it can be damaging if you say, oh, I still hang on to that. Yeah, these folks shouldn't be criminalized. And we should be paying for their reassignment surgery if they're caught illegally in our country and detained. We should be doing that. She know that would be the dagger in her campaign, which It's pretty much a dagger already. So let's go ahead and continue seeing her try to skirt past this question, because the lady got the nerve to follow up.
I will move on, but I don't know that I heard a clear answer from you on the issue of gender affirming care. It sounds like what you're saying is there should be something between trans Americans and their doctors. It feels like that's a long way from we see you.
Yeah, and they do that also with abortion. What's a good time for a woman when it comes down to abortion? I mean, what's too long? I mean, give me that. Well, you know what? That's between a woman and her doctor and her God. They always default to saying things like that as if they don't have an opinion on this. Yeah, they're just simply allowing whatever happens out there. You know, it's up to somebody else to make these choices. I can't weigh in. I don't have the power as the president to influence. I mean, your moral compass could influence policies. So we need to know how you view these things and how you feel about them. See, because a few months ago, you was talking about that was one of the pioneers and stuff. But now all of a sudden, hey, look, I'm just going to follow along. Meaning, soon as I get in, then I'm going to unleash all of my crazy radical ideas and policies. Then I'll be talking about it until the next election. Then all of a sudden, I'm a default. That was years ago. I'm following the law again. Now elect me.
And we love you, which was your message to trans Americans in May. What do you want the LGBTQ plus community to know as they're looking for a full-throated backing from you for trans Americans?
That I'm a chameleon. And I'll say and do whatever I got to do to try to get elected, just like I did with the Muslims, and I'll tell them anything. Oh, well, yeah, we're looking for a ceasefire, but I love Israel. Israel got a right to defend itself. But you know what? They need to give up their land. I'll say whatever. What do you want me to say? Please elect me. That's what she's really saying to the transgender community. Now, the funny part about this, we all know she's a chameleon. We all know what she really believes. We all got the video footage of her back in the day saying all that crazy radical stuff. But apparently this is going to be a wake-up call to them. And I hope they show up in big numbers.
I believe that all people should be treated with dignity and respect, period, and should not be vilified for who they are.
Nobody's vilifying folks for who they are. That ain't got nothing to do with it. That's something y'all use to go ahead and run interference for folks that might have mental issues and they think that there's something that they're not. If you really want to spend some money on these folks, get some mental help so they can see themselves as what they really are. But don't encourage that delusion. That cracks me up, man. I be sitting there going, why are you encouraging this? If your kid said that he was a crow and he's going to jump out the window and fly because he identifies and he believes deep down in his heart he is, you would never say, well, go ahead, jump. I want to see you fly. Let me turn on some music. I believe I can fly. Go on, baby, fly for mama. Go on, show mama how you fly. You wouldn't do that. Yeah. So these folks right here, they have to thread the needle because they done went so far left that when it's voting time, now they got to try to pretend to come back to something reasonable. And I hope the transgender community find out that she's really a chameleon and willing to sell them out.
And should not be bullied for who they are. And that is a true statement for me my entire career.
And see, that's the default. Leave these people alone. Stop bullying them. They should be demonized. Nobody's doing that. Cracks me up. Only time they get attacked is when they do something stupid, like hold up a line talking about stuff. What do you see when you see me? You know what? You mischieved me. Because y'all are out there encouraging this type of delusion. That's when folks come down on them. Or when they show up in a school talking about the transgender on the bus goes round and round, round and. That's a problem. Or when they have kids showing up at their drag queen shows, that's a problem. Or when you see them in male-female sports, that's a problem. Yeah, these are the only times that they even get our attention. Other than that, do you. Other than that, just do you. Man, woman, whatever you choose to be. Just don't try to make me believe what you believe.
And that has not changed.
Good morning, Senator. Let's start really.
So she sent out another chameleon. She sent out Elizabeth Warren. She sent out Pocahontas, man. She's going to explain how to deal with this gender gap and also deal with when folks say something about this economy. It's horrible. Listen to the solution.
picture when you were out there on the campaign trail and you inevitably meet one of these voters who says, I think I'm voting for Donald Trump because he's just better for the economy. How do you persuade them?
Go on, break it down.
Look, I start out with what happened to our rights across this country. Donald Trump goes out and brags that he put in place a Supreme Court that took away a constitution.
What does that have to do with this? I mean, I'm sorry, but I can't get an abortion. Maybe Tampon Tim might have a use for some tampons, but the average guy, we don't have these things, see. And there's millions of women out there that say abortion ain't my number one topic. But when I went to the gas pump, that right there caught my attention. When I saw interest rates go flying up, or when I come back from the grocery store and I'm going, honey, we got to go ahead and repossess the car. The car's going to get repossessed because I had to eat. We had to eat. Those are real problems. However, Pocahontas jumps right over the economy. This is how she and Chameleon and them handle the economic issue. Oh, you asking me about the economy? Let me tell you something. Your rights as a woman or as a man who supports women are being rolled back. Did you know that? The Supreme Court. So that's the best they got?
Constitutional right from half the population.
Yeah. So that's not working very good. And unfortunately, it's leading to this, y'all. Oh, y'all ready for this? As we go to the second half of the live stream, there's hope after all. Look at these young guns, y'all. Look at this. Oh, yeah, the young guns, baby. Wait, play. Here we go. Yeah.
What are you voting for? Trump. Trump. Baby. Trump.
Trump.
I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump. Donald Trump.
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 I'm voting for Trump, baby.
Go Trump. Let's go.
Donald Trump. I love Trump.
Trump.
Y'all hear him screaming? That right there is unbelievable. That's impossible. Had to make up a word. Impossible. All of these young millennials, well, they're not even millennials. I don't know what generation, what are they, Generation Z? Where are we at now? Z, X, negative, Z, negative, I don't know. Are we in the negatives yet? Well, these folks right here are out there saying they vote for Trump all over the place. Yeah, Gen Z, there's hope, y'all. There's hope. And the Democrats see this. They're very concerned. Yeah, that's why they got to send out Taylor Swift and all of them. That's why they be sending out all these folks to try to go ahead and stop this movement from happening. Let's hear some more from them.
Trump. Donald Trump. Trump, of course. Trump. I'm definitely voting for Trump this year.
Yes. See, I told y'all I might get emotional before the end of this show. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Well, you know they're in trouble when they go running back to the black church. And I ain't talking about the real ones, like Bishop Wooden in North Carolina, who be exposing the Democrat Party and Chameleon Harris. They go to these very woke, progressive, mostly Democrat member churches that watered down and will give them a platform to go in and spew propaganda. So Kamala goes and visits a church and they use the black pastor to attack what? Men. Black men, in fact.
That something is wrong with brothers who don't know how to support a sister.
Yeah. Full stop.
And Mordecai was man enough to know that in order for me to be a man, I gotta know how to support a woman.
And that burns me up. When you see them tailor their message for politics instead of letting the Holy Spirit guide your message. See, that's not a message that was inspired by the Holy Spirit and God just laid it on his heart and told him, preach my words, son. That was tailor-made just so he could segue into men need to support Kamala Harris. There it is. It was a predetermined message that had nothing to do with the Holy Spirit saying, all right, because if it was the Holy Spirit, it would be, I can't let this raggedy chick come up in the church and all of her policies and her party. They don't like nothing about the Bible. They don't love God. I just heard this raggedy witch The other day when somebody said Jesus is Lord, she said you in a wrong rally. And that one's down the street. Well, I'm going to say this now. You, cackler, need to go down the street and get up out of this here church. That's what he would be preaching. But instead, he's up there talking about Malachi and that you got to support a woman. Maslow should have just said Kamala Harris. You got to support Kamala Harris.
Text to the vice president. Were you trying to send a message?
That we've got to be able to both, that misogyny is still real.
See, this is how they manipulate us. Yeah, right then I would have got up if I was a member of this man's church and bounced. You would have heard my sneakers skirt burn rubber like I just took off in a drag car. Man, did that dude just burn rubber getting up out of this church? So now all of a sudden misogyny is a problem. Okay. And what's ironic about this is when you look at a lot of modern day black churches, a lot of times the women run the whole church. And this guy's talking about misogyny and stuff like that in the black community and stuff. Misogyny. And yet you got all of these young black men growing up without a father in the home and their mothers raise them. But it's misogyny.
In our community, we've got to address it head on and not act like it doesn't exist. The reality is if black men had voted, Stacey Abrams would be a governor.
Here, he's like the election denier. That's what it is. So now here he is up here talking about Stacey Abrams would have been the governor. He's basically a Democrat shield. He's not a preacher. He's like Raphael Warlock. When I see these black mega churches, a lot of them down in Atlanta, unfortunately, down there, just watered down to no resemblance of a real sanctified holiness, Bible believing church. It kills me whenever you allow these politicians and these talking points to come in and be highlighted over the gospel, where you're talking about issues of the world and not really biblical issues. You shouldn't be talking about some misogyny and racism and stuff like that. You should be talking about there's no color or race in Christ, things like that. But you want to focus on all of these social issues because you get support by these raggedy behind politicians and you get praised by the left. Yeah, you get all kind of PR when a politician show up at your church. Yeah, that's the mess that I just saw. But if you start teaching and preaching some hardcore gospel, nobody wants to come to your church and hear that. Yeah, you think the Democrats want to come up there and you talking about some, not only do we rebuke 9-month abortion, but we rebuke abortion, period. We don't believe in that stuff up in this church. And don't come up here talking about your 4-year-old played with a pink doll. And now all of a sudden you think he's a little girl. That ain't happening in this here church. You think Kamala would have rolled up on the scene? You think any of these Democrats would have rolled up on the scene if your church was preaching some real gospel? Only reason they're there is because they know you're watered down, man. And I hate to have to call him out like that. But I feel like I'm on the road tonight. Let's keep going. Because there's another one. There's another one. They're sending another one out there, too, to get us back on that there plantation.
And so I think that we've got to do some real redress. That after racism, the biggest ill in America is sexism. And I think it's part of the responsibility of this generation to deal with it head on.
See, there you go. Send out the watered down pastors, Democrats. Only time they want to run to the church when they're in trouble. You know they're in trouble when they show up at the black church. So now they send out another one. Ain't made a film in God knows how long, but he's coming out trying to tell the brothers to do the right thing.
Some of my brothers have been drinking that Kool-Aid.
Now, isn't that odd? This man's tongue should be purple right now because he done drank all the Kool-Aid. And you always know who drank the Kool-Aid in the house because their tongue is always red. When you're a kid, you don't realize that the Kool-Aid, it gives you away. You know what I'm saying? Who drank the last Kool-Aid? I don't know. I think it was Tony. Open your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Farther. Why's your tongue red? I got stung by a bee on my tongue. Boy, you drank the last Kool-Aid. So now here he is out here telling us that we've been drinking the Kool-Aid as he sits on this liberal network with this actor sitting here like this. I see. Come on out and do what we have told you to do. You're the gatekeeper. I want you to come out and tell all the brothers out there that, man, don't be drinking the Kool-Aid. As we sit back saying, who's really drinking the Kool-Aid? This is the awesomeness about being a black conservative. And you're dealing with other black liberals who think that they are the enlightened ones. They're the ones that, are open-minded. Their eyes is open. And then they got to, check us. And we're going, no, my brother, you're the one that's still in captivity and you don't even realize it. Don't even realize you're a slave on the plantation. As he tells us, don't drink the Kool-Aid.
And I just hope that they get their minds straight, get their minds right in time for this election.
I hope you take that big oversized hat off your head, looking like a little kid. I hope you go ahead and take that picnic tablecloth off your body first and those big stinking white glasses off and make a movie. You ain't made one in God knows how long. And you telling us that you hope we get our minds right before it's too late. Well, let's see, y'all. Y'all ready? This right here made me proud to be a black MAGA man, y'all. For a minute, I was starting to get concerned like this ain't no hope. But now I realize there is a God. There is a God.
And I got to give credit to President Obama because he's been going really hard on the brothers.
On the brothers.
Don't go for the okie doke.
Yeah, like you. Already went for the okie doke. That man right there is chasing the laser. There it is. He's all over it. Right now, they like, and notice no pushback from the guy right there, the actor, sitting there like, yeah. Continue getting your people in line. That's right. This white liberal network, okay, we can't come out and get your people in line. No, we can't do that. We can't come out and call them sellouts and say the brothers are drinking the Kool-Aid. So we'll bring you, black overseer, into our network and allow you with that big ugly hat that don't match nothing. Don't match nothing, man. Like you got dressed in the dark, but yet we'll send you out there to tell the brothers. Hope y'all don't drink the Kool-Aid. The irony in this is rich. So we gonna see if there's some brothers out there that say, nah, my brother, you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
The flim flam can't do that. We got to support our sister to become the first woman president of the United States.
There it is. Wait a minute. I thought that wasn't important. We just heard Camilla come out and say, no, I don't even think about that stuff. No, America's ready for a woman. Why y'all out there talking about misogyny and all of that and stuff like that? We don't want to go ahead and bully and try to manipulate folks into voting for me because I'm a woman of color. We don't want that. I want to earn their vote. But I'll send this little midget out there to do that.
Thanks to America and the first sister.
The first sister. There it is. See, Chameleon don't need to say, hey, look, vote for me because I'm the woman and I'm a woman of color. We'll just send our surrogates out there. So now let's see then how minorities feel about Obama and his message and folks like Spike Lee. Psych Lee. What's this? These minorities make me proud.
And I just wonder for anybody who heard that, like what they thought of that.
Deeply offended.
Deeply offended.
And it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line.
Wait a minute. Y'all hear these brothers? See, now this brother right there is like Kunta Kinte. He done jumped over that fence and took off running. See, he took off running. See, so Obama had to come out and try to reel him back in, and then Spike Lee came back and said, you know what? Y'all need to come back on over here on this here plantation. See, and what kills me about these black liberals and Democrats, they don't realize when you go up the chain, there's white liberals controlling you. They're manipulating you. They're sending you out there to do the bidding just like slavery, just back in the day. So this man sees what's going on. He said, it's almost like they said, you N-words, get y'all butts back in line. You understand that? And when it comes in the face of a black man, All of a sudden it's supposed to be unrecognizable. That's the gift of being freed from this mess, this matrix that so many people in our society is just plugged into. We're able to see it. We're going, oh, so you send the black dude out there, you send all these rappers, you send Spike Lee, you send Obama and them out there, and you don't think I still, can't recognize you're up there controlling the light? I didn't know Shakespeare and that light was going to be such a part of my tonight's theme. But yeah, see, so when I see those folks come out, I don't look at them. I immediately go, somebody up there sent them out there. All right, who got that light up there? We're not going to chase that mess. So this brother see it.
And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it. Yeah. I agree with the idea of mass deportation, largely. You have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get access, easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to.
See what I'm saying? There is hope. He's young too. Now, some might call him a black fascist or white national if you listen to Joyless Reed with the apple head. Some black people are fascists too. Some black men are fascists. And of course, he's drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, does that sound like a man who's drinking the Kool-Aid? That's one of the gifts of being a conservative and a minority. You know stuff. Yeah, that woman right there who probably went in to try to go ahead and unravel some of these men and these women. Yeah, she's sitting there going, this dude know what he's talking about. I can't sit here and give him the flim-flam. I can't sit here and hit him with identity politics. I can't sit here and try to shame this man and say, you know what, when you say that these illegal immigrants need to go back to their country, that right there is misogyny. You're putting, you're endangering their lives. Yeah, you're demonizing them. That don't fly with conservatives. And see, she got to tread lightly because she done walked in there and she's talking to black folks.
Welfare and other benefits.
Look at that.
So, like, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life, and we don't get anything. Especially black Americans who suffer so much in the system under Democrats.
Oh, and then he gave her one to the gut. Oof. Under Democrats. Yeah, I said it. I ain't even take my braids out. I'm going to let you know I'm still a brother. I'm getting up here dropping knowledge with the big fat braids in the hair. Now what? So she's sitting there like, oh God. No wonder this doesn't work on them.
We don't get anything. That's insane. You talk about Springfield, Ohio. And the whole thing with the fluff talk of, grabbing the soundbite about Haitians or whatever is eating cats and dogs.
Give it to him.
Y'all trying to change the narrative of what he's really talking about.
Give her some more. This brother right there, you know what? He should take the braids out and let the fro just flow. Man, I'm starting to feel more soulful as we speak, y'all. Oh, I'm going back to the soul train. Oh, man. Yeah, dynamite. So now you hear this dude. He's like, yo, first of all, let me go ahead and expose the whole eating cats and dogs narrative too. Why we own it. Y'all tried to distract us with that mess. But the real issue.
Change the narrative of really what we're talking about and telling us that's what we should be discussing. No, this is what we're discussing. Oh. This is America. Oh. And this is what America is about and what we're discussing.
Give her some. Oh, now I gotta go out. Yeah, bruh. I'm feeling the brush today, man. Yeah, man, you're talking about my boy Scrump. Yeah, so let's finish hearing the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, they're going to have me up in this mud pop locking in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the boogaloo. Oh, yeah. I'm digging it, bro. I'm digging it. Let's keep going.
I believe Trump is going to win because, first off, when people say bad things about him, where does that affect us down here? That doesn't affect our neighborhoods. It has never affected our neighborhoods. We don't even get to see half the things that go on that level.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, you see that dude up there, man? You see that fool, man? He's sitting there with his lady, man. She got the sunglasses on up in that mug with the burgundy hair. Yeah, bro, he keeping it real. Let's go ahead and finish hearing him Drop that knowledge.
He know that he's going to win because he is the best for America. He's worried about our economy.
The crime is high. The violence is high. The school are bad. We can go on and on. What Democrats have been in charge for 40 years. We're voting for Donald Trump unequivocally. Period. No one else is going to persuade us. We 2 weeks out, and we won't sleep until November the 6th.
Hold up, y'all. Y'all know I got a tear duct problem. I ain't really got tear ducts, so I can't cry. I'm too much of them. My testosterone level is too high. Hold on for a second. They done busted me all up, man. That brother said we ain't gonna sleep until Trump is in office. Get the camera off me. Oh wait, I ain't got no staff. I gotta get the camera off myself. I'm working. I'm doing everything here, people. Anyway, yeah, man. I'm getting all misty eyed over this. You hear that, brother? He like, yeah. See, everything is raggedy coming from the dick. Notice what they're not saying, though. They're not out there talking about some misogyny and racism and sexism and abortions. No, notice that. See, this is how conservatives think. This is how you start to rewire the way you see the world. Okay? This is how you break free of that matrix. This is how you destroy them when they step to you, trying to distract you with stupid stuff. And you're going, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to chase the light. I'm not going to do it. I see where it's coming from. Okay? And it's not fun. That's why she's not responding. She's sitting there like, this ain't no fun. They ain't chasing the light.
You know who you're voting for? Yes, I'm voting for Trump. Definitely. Tell me what.
Look at that. Getting them young too, little cutie pie looking like Alicia Keys.
Tell me why. He's more strong-minded in a way. He's focused on what we gotta focus on. Like, he doesn't play. That's what I respect about him.
He doesn't play.
Yeah, he doesn't play. He always just stands for what he believes, and he doesn't go back. No matter how many people are bashing him, no matter people is criticizing him, nothing.
And see, that's one of the wonderful characteristics of a leader, being brave. And I was listening to Dinesh D'Souza today, and he was talking about how being brave is right in the middle. See, you got brave don't mean reckless, stupid folks that just jump without looking. That's not brave, that's stupid. And he said, and then you got passive or cowardice on the other side. But then brave is going, I see the danger, but I'm willing to take the risk. Or it's necessary for me to go forward because, yeah, I might take some arrows, might take some shots, but I'm brave. I'm willing to do what other people say. Man, I ain't going in there. You go ahead, dog. You're on your own on that one. So I'm the only one that's going to go? Okay, well then let's get it. Yeah, that's the stuff that inspire people to follow you. And that's the element that Trump has. Yeah, Kamala doesn't come across as brave. This chick is a chicken. She's a chicken. Trump has come through so much. They've tried to stop this dude over and over again. And he is brave enough to go through all of that, even to the point where he knows they're probably gunning for him, literally. Even. See, and something else he said that was like, wow, that's deep. He said what makes Trump so threatening to the left. Notice they're always talking about Trump's a dictator and he's going to inspire an insurrection. And he could just go ahead and tell everybody that, let's go into a civil war and all this stuff. See, they're trying to say that Trump is going to do that or whatever. What they realize, though, is Trump could do that. They know that he's probably the only person in modern day society that if he was to say, broken arrow, the country has fallen. We're at that point where we no return. They know he's that dangerous. They know the MAGA movement, right now is not that we are saying Trump's a god or whatever, but what it is he's proven himself to the point where folks trust him. They know he means well, and they also are able to see the danger that the left poses to our country and our freedom and all of that. Based on what they are willing to do to stop this man who simply is trying to make life better for us as citizens. So that's enough to inspire people to say, man, if they do something crazy to stop this man, and we know without a shadow of a doubt that these folks done overstepped the line and they're coming after us, he's the one person that if some could pop off, yeah, he could do it. That's why he's so dangerous to them. You know, can you imagine Kamala Harris saying, all right, I want everybody on the left to posse up. Our country's in danger. The left will be like, man, okay, we was all brat and stuff for a second. It was great and all. It was fun while it lasted, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The most they can do is muster up some crazy folks in cities throwing bricks and rocks and stuff and Molotov cocktails. But, you know, to really have the country unify, the party unify, the voters come together and say, this right here is enough. They don't have that type of pull. They don't have that type of clout. And the great thing about it is Trump, he won't abuse that. He's not there to do it. They just recognize if anybody could do something like that, it would be him. That's what makes him so dangerous to them. So Dinesh broke that down and I was like, that is deep. That is deep. Because when I thought for a second at that rally that they took him out, everything was going through my mind. I was sitting there like, this is the worst thing that can happen to our country. I mean, anger, sad, confusion. I was sitting there like, man, if this is true, because I had people running up to me like, dude, they killed him, man. They killed him. I can't believe he's dead. And I'm going, oh, God, please don't let this. But these are the type of things that they're playing around with, that if I was to ever even contemplate saying, now we got to come off the bench, it would be stuff like that. And yet all of us conservatives are sitting back watching this mess and saying, we're relying on, you know, righteousness. We're relying on God opening up a door. We're relying on us having enough love for the country and enough belief in the Constitution to restrain and keep us from ever doing something crazy like what, you know, took place years ago. We're relying on that. And the left is pushing it. They're willing to do anything they can to push our backs up against the wall. And yet they say, we're dangerous. We're the radical ones. As we sit back and watch them go after citizens for no reason, go after Trump for stupid stuff, spy on us, listen to us on the internets and stuff, as we sit back and watch that, and yet they're saying we're dangerous. We've had plenty of reasons and opportunities to act a fool, and yet we still haven't. So they got to make up stuff. The left, the right is dangerous. So let's finish hearing from these smart conservative black folks.
He doesn't take BS. He's not going to hear it. He's a businessman. He's not there for the fluff talk of politics. We need someone strong. We need someone who's going to get down to business and take care of what this country needs, but also understands what the community needs. The thing is,
there it is, y'all. That no emotions. That wasn't all about just emotions and stuff. And you know what? We believe that the inspiration and all of the people who you got to have positive thinking and so none of that. Getting right to the point. Getting to the substance of things. You're not able to be manipulated by your emotions when you're a conservative.
We were scared in the beginning because he said he's going to nuke Korea and he's going to nuke Iran, but he didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Yeah, see, so that guy right there said in the beginning, I was following the beam. I was following the light all over the place. And then I realized, wait a minute, something's different. They've been telling us that all of this stuff was going to happen, and it didn't happen. And then they're back again telling us it's going to happen this time. They're back again.
The stock market went up. There were
Stock
more.
market's up where you're at right now, too.
The stock
Well,
market,
you know, but the thing is, there was really, because there was no inflation back then.
Oh, you ain't talking to stupid people now. Dang on it. You're talking to conservative minorities. What the stock market is at right now. And see, somebody who wasn't informed will go, oh, you got me there. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. This guy was like, yeah, but the inflation is digging into whatever you're making in the stock market. So now it's counterproductive. And she's like, shoot, these people actually know stuff. I got to sit there and let them give me a lesson. So let's continue, y'all, because they get me all busted up.
Democrats take granted, especially minorities. They take for granted because they think Republicans are so out of touch with the minorities' needs, so they don't have any choice. And I think that's going to be a big surprise.
You got pockets that there's an energy for Mr. Trump in the city, but a lot of people just walking down the street, they not feeling the Democrats from time to time, not sure if they're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
They may not vote at all. The black men that don't vote for Democrats, it's not what Mr. Trump did, is what have been disappointed with. I'm not a dedicated Republican, but I'm voting for the lesser two evils this time, being Mr. Donald Trump.
Yeah, now, this guy right here is just saying basically, I'm common sense guy. He'll come around. He'll come around once he see, if Trump gets in, how things go back to prosperity, his policies start kicking in and it start filtering throughout our whole society, I'm hoping that Trump in 4 years will change things around so much and make sure that all of the folks who put him in office this time realize it's his policies. And if we want to keep things the same, we can't just stop when Trump is gone. We can't just say, well, Trump's gone now, let's go back to voting for Democrats. We have to realize the source of our success comes from a party, and I ain't talking about the rhinos, talking about real MAGA Republican leaders. Yeah, that's where the success come from, through their policies. If you think, if people just focus on Trump, they're going to make the mistake. If Trump wins, which I think he will, and things just become prosperous, folks can't say, woo, we had a great time for 4 years. Now we're going to fall for the tricks again and the promises and the deception of the Democrats. And they will unravel everything just like they did these last 4 years. So this brother right here is saying, look, man, they've been making promises, but nah, at this point, I'm going with my common sense.
I'm going for it. Trump. Come on, bro. Harris spells backwards, bro.
What?
Harris.
Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man.
What?
Oh, snap. They went up in there asking some true bros. You can't mistake this dude right there. He's a show enough. Oh, yeah, boo. Man, don't be coming up here talking about some, hey, man, you voting for the cackler. Man, I ain't got nothing for the cackler, man. So you hear this brother, what? Man, boo, you crazy. We don't roll with her. Listen to these brothers.
Man, we not doing none of that, man. Chuck be looking out for the black community, man. We ain't doing nothing.
I respect. You all good, my boy.
Yeah, bro.
And who you voting for, Trump or Kamala?
Man, Trump, we ain't that Indian ass, man.
Oh, Kamala?
Yeah, we ain't.
Why you don't? Because she.
That brother dropping all kind of Mickey Fickies, bruh. He ain't even take the do-rag off. He got the doodle braids hanging down, bruh. Talking through the little microphone right there like, man, we ain't fooling with that chick, bruh. Dropping all kind of F-bombs.
Them immigrants, I'm black. Them Venezuelans taking all our bread.
Oh, man, this dude a street genius, bruh. He's a street politician. You hear that, man? That dude said, man, we ain't messing with all these immigrants, man. You hear this misogynist? I mean, not misogynist. You hear this xenophobe right here? You hear this black xenophobe? This black, I guess, socialist right here? This black white nationalist? Got the nerve to be talking about we ain't messing with them Venezuelans and all of these illegal immigrants and stuff. Sounds like some MAGA white nationalists, don't it? Or just a common sense minority that don't even come across as some uppity black Prince of Bel-Air type Trump supporter. Nah, this is a true bruh. And he said, we ain't messing with these immigrants, man. I'm black, okay?
They out here creating gangs, they are gang banging, breaking in bandit cribs, all type of good shit.
Now, you're putting their lives in danger by saying that. Not all illegal immigrants are criminals, but this guy on the streets got enough common sense to know that this is not a good scenario. He's saying what the fake news is lying to us about. The crime is actually down, and you hear what Trump said today. He said that illegal immigrants are committing crimes. Take it from the brother on the streets.
We ain't with it.
So you don't like an open border?
Nope. We need that border.
Hey, what are your thoughts on when Trump got shot?
Man, hey, don't try to take my boy out. Make America great again.
Make America great again. Y'all hear that, brother? That street philosopher right there. Wait, you think we done? See, I like when they go pick the least likely candidates to support Trump. Watch this, brother.
Hell yeah.
Make America great again.
Make America great again.
Kamala.
Shit, Trump, be honest.
I love it. They busting me up. My man's like, you see, think about it like, shoot, Trump, to be honest. Let's hear why he says that.
Yeah, so why Trump though?
Why Trump? Because shit, we used to get paid and shit like he used to keep immigrants out, so you know we was able.
Listen to all these black street white nationalist xenophobes. You mean tell me they able to recognize the difference between the cackler and her lies about that border and Trump? If they're smart enough to know that, I just don't understand why all the black liberals don't see it. I don't understand why they're saying, you know what, I'm willing to shut my eyes to all of this chaos. Because I'm a Democrat. I was born a Democrat, and they've been telling me that if I vote for Republicans, I'm a sellout. And Obama, don't forget Obama. And I'm just going to go ahead and forget all. Why can't they see it? They need to start listening to these brothers because they're smarter than them.
Able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now, shit, because immigrants taking over.
So you're not the Venezuelans?
I ain't gonna lie, they taking our jobs and some more shit. They do.
Wait a minute, you're taking your black job? They're taking your black job? Yeah, because see, the fake news got mad when Trump said they're taking black job. Okay, they're taking black job. Maybe these brothers right here need to tell Spike Lee to do the right thing. Yeah, maybe they need to tell him, stop drinking that Kool-Aid, bruh. So these dudes out there, like, you see, he's talking with the hands and everything. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? They taking our jobs, man. I don't mess with them, man. You know what I'm saying? So keep dropping that knowledge, brother.
You do it better than us, though, but they taking our, man.
I heard you taking over the buildings. Is that true?
Hell yeah, boy.
What are your feelings? And let me start with the women here.
Oh, the women. Okay, so she gonna try to go ahead and see if she could drive a wedge between the brothers and the sisters, y'all. She's like, okay, we got some black conservatives in here. Maybe I could slide in some misogyny. Might be able to hook them with that. Here we go.
Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin.
What? Now imagine if a man said that. Oh, he would be a big fat misogynist. It would be nothing but sexism. But yet we got women who aren't feminists. They're just using common sense. They're able to see that this woman is weak. She's softcore. She don't know what she's doing. She's in over her head. And these women are saying, we want to feel safe. I don't care what type of woman you are. I don't care if you are the biggest feminist ever. Every woman wants to feel safe. If you had a man who didn't make you feel safe, you would be looking at him like, ugh. You don't believe me? Ladies, let something break in the middle of the night downstairs and your man look at you and go downstairs and see what's making that noise. You would be going, ugh. If I got to go down there and confront the problem, why do I have you? So let's continue, because she's like, yo, I don't think she got the steel in the back.
And go up against these other presidents that are built for this.
Wait a minute. Are you complimenting dictators? Are you up there going ahead and being a Putin apologist? Are you praising all of these? Or are you just simply highlighting the fact that Kamala Harris wouldn't stand a chance against them?
I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers. They love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect a woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America.
You know what? Spending all my time pleasing you. All you ever give me is the blues. Go on, girl. And they busting me up on the inside. Just because he drives a Porsche, and girl, I drive a Nova. What about the man inside? Yeah. Go on, girl. Giving me the blues.
Because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles.
Work.
And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy.
Right. Woo! Yeah. Didn't see yet. They saying we crazy. They saying we crazy for voting, for Trump. Yet the woman who they're voting for has been in the freaking office for the last 3.5, almost 4 years now. And telling us she's bringing a change. Didn't implement all that change and stuff while she was there, and still got time to slide in some of that change. You ain't gonna give us a little bit of the change? Nothing? We can't get no change before Creepy go? No? Because you ain't got no change. That's what it is. You broke too. Let's continue hearing the brothers and the sisters drop knowledge and bust me up on the inside.
Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president,
that's just the bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was an association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
Look at that! The brothers and the sisters are tag teaming the heck out of them. That's why they hate black conservatives. Man, these women are busting me up, y'all. Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. Go finish talking that good talk, girl.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, you know, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Yep.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. She's sworn into when she sworn to the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine.
You hear them all, y'all? They're like, thank you. This chick walked up there, now she's getting jumped. She's getting jumped with truth. See, you can't pull that crap over on us when we're informed. I love it, man. They busted me. I told y'all. These clips right here made me more proud than ever to be a black MAGA man, y'all. They making me feel real good about it. I feel confident showing any black Democrat voter, any of these people, they know what they're talking about. They know this chick was using that I'm the first Indian the Congresswoman. That's right. I'm the first senator. She used that all the way up until it was time to run for the presidency. Then all of a sudden, miraculously, she became black.
We don't care. We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that.
Get him, girls.
My point of view, like I told you earlier, she's already...
You shut your mouth, commentator. You shut your mouth, you little propagandist. You getting jumped right now. Best thing you can do is cover your vitals and fold up into a fetal position and let them finish running a kick game on you.
We've been there. She's in office right now.
I feel like her message is disingenuous. She's trying to pander to black people. Just tell us she has a lot of issues underneath her administration. Just be honest about it.
I think they assume that we're all stupid. Because they don't even really come out and campaign really in Detroit because they feel like they have our vote already.
I think Trump will get 35 to 40% of the black vote.
Trump's a businessman. A lot of black men want to be entrepreneurs. They can relate to Trump in the way they want to make money. They want to have a business.
Man, I'll tell you, I don't see why. You know, black men and women should be flocking to support the MAGA movement. I mean, if I'm a female and I'm a liberal Democrat woman, and I'm looking at these men, I'm going, these men sound different than Spike Lee. And these men are confident about what they're talking about. They're standing on their convictions. They're showing bravery just at the fact that they are outspoken about their political views and they know it's unpopular, but they're not out there just winging it with emotions. These cats are like, yo, man, we've thought this through. But yet you will have the Democrat Party and they'll send out folks like Stacey Gap Between the Teeth Abrams, and she will say things like, yeah, the only reason these black men are out here saying these things is because they're manipulated. They're low IQ voters. They're low information voters. Do these folks sound like they're low information? That's why I love being a black conservative, y'all. Also, let's finish hearing this.
He did a lot for us the first time, so I'm expecting him to do the same thing this time.
Kamala's also running behind with Hispanics, so she's bribing them with cash.
Bring in the brothers and sisters from another mother?
Just like she did with blacks. $20,000 forgivable loans, $25,000 checks for first-time homebuyers, and a $6,000 child tax credit. She's literally cutting checks to minorities to save her hide.
Trying to get them on the plantation too. Yeah, there you go. That we want them vote for us for the next 200 years, just like Lyndon B. Johnson said.
Trump isn't promising welfare checks, just the American dream.
You didn't pander to us. You gave us opportunity, and that's what we want. You know, we want the American dream. My mother was born in Mexico. My dad was born in Brooklyn with very humble means, and they worked very hard and achieved the American dream. And I got a front row seat of how much you cared about the Latino community, and you delivered results.
Wepa! Got me up in here doing bachata. Loving it. She said, y'all didn't pander to us. You didn't come up there talking about, okay, thank you. I love you back. You didn't do that? You came up there just being Trump and saying, look, man, I ain't got to promise you snacks and treats and stuff. I'm going to give you a fair shot at the title like every other American. And they respected that. No wonder she's losing. with Latinos, even more so than black folks. But let's close out with these brothers on the street talking to Benny Johnson.
Donald Trump, go vote for Donald Trump.
What's my message to Donald Trump? Thank you, Trump. Thank you for making guys cheap again.
You got a message on Trump?
I need him back in the chair. You know that money flow.
I need him back in the chair. You know what I'm saying? Get that money flow. You hear them dudes down there probably from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, somewhere like that, or Atlanta, the dirty South, something like that.
Put Trump back in the chair.
Money flow.
Make America great again. Make this gas great again.
Yeah, you see her out there sporting those melons right there. Somebody go get her a tablecloth or something to wrap around her. And she's leading chest first. Yeah, make America great again. All right, that's good and all, but you need to go ahead and make sure you know what I'm saying. It looks like they're trying to escape the kennel. Those puppies trying to get out the kennel. They're like, all right, what's going on out there? But nonetheless, I'm going to excuse that because apparently that might be a Make America Great Again tank top she's rocking. I don't know, but let's see.
Trump's gonna put those in the store. Can we do the Trump dance? I'll do the Trump dance.
The Trump dance?
Oh, that's it. Oh, we gotta put some more hips into it. I don't like that.
Come on, put some hips into it.
All right, Trump, we've done the remix of the Trump dance. That's right.
All of our night thanks goes to the good people of the day.
Yeah. With no teeth. Inevitable. He's inevitable.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Go on, Trump. Word. I can dig it.
And you dig it!
It's done. I tell you what, I had fun watching those clips of all of those black folks. You see that last lady? They ain't got one tooth in her mouth and was up there talking about, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, Lordy, woo, yeah. Oh, all right now. Sing, girl. Oh, man. So, yeah, they're in trouble. They know it. When you see the movement and the shift in multiple areas that normally it's pretty sewed up when it comes down to the Democrat Party, that's enough to make them come out and start lying and saying stuff like Trump said that this Mexican lady, they like, why would I spend that money to bury a Mexican? And then Trump said that a bloodbath, and then Trump, he said he's gonna have folks shot. Did Trump? These are desperate moves. These are look-upable lies, I'll call them. See, and they're just relying on their voters who are just simply chasing the light. They're relying on them to never stop for once and look up and say, hey, there's somebody up there manipulating me. You know, when they're dropping stupid stuff out there, like we've been hearing the fake news saying, Joy Reid and all of them, and they're just throwing everything out there now. These are Hail Mary passes all the time. They don't even have any like real plays left. From the start of the game right now to the end, it's all right, Hail Mary. You already know. The next play, Hail Mary. But can't we throw a quick pass and that's it? Nope. Every play is a Hail Mary. So somebody said, you got my sub, sir. Thank you so much. Cease to amaze me. I appreciate that. And like Kamala Harris said, I think every person's vote should be earned. Well, I'm earn all my subscribers. Hopefully, they'll count you. That's the funny part. YouTube might be like, darn it. All right, we'll put him in a queue. We only let him see growth every 5 or 6 years. Yeah. And all of a sudden, mysteriously, numbers grow. Interesting, isn't it? So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. And feel free to take clips from tonight's live stream and share them on any platform. Spread the word. I think there's a lot of good material and clips that was, throughout tonight that I think would be good to share to some of your friends who might still be drinking the Kool-Aid, like Spike Lee said. All right. Other than that, make sure that you text MAGA to this number just in case I disappear mysteriously from this here platform. Also, I got an alternative channel that I'm watching myself from right now. Please subscribe to it. I want to thank Don for being there and being so gracious when it comes down to being the moderator, and all of those who took time out of their schedule to just hang out with me tonight. And don't forget, I do have a Kevin's Corner store that you can check out and get some merch. And finally, if you want to just support the channel, you can do that through my Cash App or PayPal. And those that gave in the super chat, I saw it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that too. Now let's get out of here, y'all. Where's my man hat? Oh, yeah. Oh. This is All City. Yeah, All City. I know you see the way we tear up the place, yeah. God bless. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Peace.
And because we shouldn't be able